Kansas City Chiefs. Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started.
And we are underway from Kansas City.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And some room to work. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 39-yard line. Now a handoff as they run left side. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Bradley Chubb came in and got him.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now on 2nd and 13. Mahomes looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Cook.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, these two teams have met up in Denver earlier this season with the Broncos winning that one. So if they can win again here in KC, they would pull off the season sweep.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the run there. Now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Right where the set of downs started, they need a 4-10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
On 3rd down, Wilson.
Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler.
Room here to run.
And he's going to be shoved out, but not before he gets this down to the 20-yard line.
A huge play there for Denver. 57 yards. I know it's tough to make tackles in the open field, but that one hurts because he got a little bit extra after the missed tackle.
Receivers are coached so well They have to break at least one tackle after the catch. He did that on that play.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now a handoff. This is Gordon going left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Melvin Gordon with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Under pressure, they got him again. Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Now hold everything here. We're gonna get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get on track in this one.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. A second time. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. They go play action with Wilson. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And the Chiefs force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. 64 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. And you talk about great blocking up front. I don't think he was even touching out a finger on him until he was brought down to the ground.
I think we heard the whoosh as he went by, didn't we? Right through the gap. No one there, as you outlined. No one touched him at all. A free sprint into the secondary.
Yeah, that's what you call breaking free right there. Give them maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
The Chiefs at 8-7, a game over 500 on the year. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back out.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Justin Reed.
And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football.
Well, those have been a problem for them all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last two drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Mahomes going to throw. Caught. Kelsey, left side.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On second down, they'll run it here. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
DJ Jones in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
I like the thinking there because right after a sack, it can be a great time to call for a screen to your running back and use the eagerness of the defense against them. Able to gain some positive yards out of this one and make things a little bit easier for them on 3rd down.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Butker's kick here is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6.
So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. His second catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's second down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up and making sure it was a catch.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Play action. Now Wilson. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack.
Back to throw. Wilson.
He'll get that complete to Albert O.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 43. A 3rd down gain of 19.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because that incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Wilson will throw again.
That's complete. It's Okurebunom.
And all the way home for a Broncos score. Albert O, his 9th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to extend their lead. McManus's point after is good, and the lead is up to 8. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Fields it right around the goal line.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
On 2nd and 10, Mahomes. Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson.
And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Now it's Wilson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Ron Thornhill.
And the Chiefs are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
They go play action now. Wilson. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. Looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down inbounds. Well, interceptions have been a problem in this one. If he could have got his feet down here, it would have been another.
Would have been a huge one. They've had a great game taking the ball away. Thought they had another one, just unable to get those cleats inbounds.
Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the...
He's got a man complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. K.J. Hamler, 60 yards. And the Broncos go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is up to 15 now. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now here's Mahomes. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
They said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad. Yeah. They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they got the turnover started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side. In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the Broncos are going to have it here just past the 25. Well, they definitely figured out something defensively at halftime, Charles. That's now 2 drives and 2 interceptions here in this 3rd quarter.
And I think the easy thing...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Willie Gay getting in there and picking up the sack.
No question, that was needed by the defense because they're already trailing by a couple of scores. They had to get off the field without allowing another one. That sack on the first play, that may have derailed this drive.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Wilson. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Got a man complete. It's Hamler. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 41. On the counter, here's Gordon. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Play action. It's Wilson. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far as a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides will be thrilled with that. In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mahomes. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Third quarter action here, this regular season finale. This will be 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's back. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Now Gordon on 1st down. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he's got room. There goes Melvin Gordon. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Melvin Gordon with career touchdown number 75. And the Broncos are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. McManus's point after is good, and that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes going across. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
103 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And some space here. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodon.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Broncos are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this 4th quarter lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. Only a a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy, let him pick up the first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage.
Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelsey. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Mahomes now on 1st down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to 28. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Wilson wants to throw it. Steps, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment, but they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape. But how about those guys in the secondary as well? Kept the coverage tight, plastered to the receivers, and left no real options for him to throw it downfield.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. But they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start and passed plays like we just saw. They're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the 4th quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
Again, Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game, he's got him in, complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. Here's Mahomes to throw. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdes-Scantling. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Give him 30 yards there. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, You tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up any...
And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Jared Cook, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds. So unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Oh, Wilson going to throw. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
They'll let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
He'll go up top here for Hamler. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the Chiefs come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. One final try for Mahomes. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. Well, the lopsided affair finally coming to an end, and really no shortage of big plays for us to examine, partner, on offense or on defense for this team. They were so well-rounded in this one.
They certainly were, and how about the day those defenders had, though? How many takeaways did they have? I quit counting after a while. They were clearly the better team, and their defensive effort, it led the way.
So for the Broncos, they get a critical 10th win on the year with 1 game left to go.